We will start after 2 minutes. We'll start after 2 minutes. السلام عليكم أستاذة سهام.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يعطيك العافية.
يعافيك إن شاء الله.
جاهزة إن
بس
شاء الله؟
جاهزة الحمد لله. بس can you see my presentation?
Yes, I
am I?
can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
واضح.
Okay. Okay.
أوكي. ثواني ونبدأ إن شاء الله.
بإذن الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you so much for attending today webinar. معاكم الدكتور أحمد القطان، رئيس لجنة الأبحاث والدراسات والمؤتمرات في جمعية المحاسبين والمراجعين الكويتية. اليوم معنا أستاذة سهام سالم من معهد الكويت للأبحاث العلمية. Her topic about understanding the methodology and impact of Scimago journal ranking. دكتورة أستاذة سهام, you have 45 minutes for your presentation, and then 15 minutes for any Q&A question. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والسلام والصلاة على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Today I'm going to talk in English. Welcome everybody, because I can see from the names there is non-Arabic participant. And so all my presentation will be in English. Today I'm going to talk about understanding our presentation title is Understanding the Methodology and Impact of Scimago Journal Ranking. The outline of the presentation is what is Scimago Journal Ranking. We will speak about and we will explain what is Scimago and how Scimago works, the key indicators for Scimago, and the quartile rankings, and why SGR or Scimago Journal Ranking matters. Then, of course, we will end with any question and discussion. First of all, what is Scimago Journal Ranking? Scimago Journal Ranking is an important tool to evaluate the journals. And by the way, it is the most powerful tool used in Kuwait University, CAFUS, and many institutions globally, and of course in Kuwait, to measure the journal's scientific influence and its impact, and it ranks the journal. And these institutions depend on their rankings, on Scimago rankings. It is developed by, of course, Scimago Lab using Scopus data. Scopus is a database, and Scimago is a part of Scopus that will rank and evaluate the journals where the papers are published in these journals. Of course, we have to know important thing that the ranks of the journals are based on the citations. Whenever the citations, the journals, the scientific or business or any kind of journals have citations, the methodology that rank the journal use these citations for a certain period of time to calculate the rank of these journals. We will see on the demo, of course. How the Scimago journal rankings works. Of course, it depends on the average number of the citations received in a particular year by the documents published in this journal during the previous 3 years. Scimago depend on 3 years also. They have a calculation for 2 years and for 5 years. Other tools like JCR, Journal Citation Reports, which will be explained for you the next lecture, depends on 2. But Scimago gives more options. It calculates the citations for these journals in 3 periods: 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years. The set of journals are ranked according to their SGR, which is Scimago Journal Ranking, and of course divided into Q1, 2, 3, and 4. According to the citations goes or received to the journal, the calculation will rank this journal Q1 or Q2 or 3 or 4. Of course, the Q1 is the highest value. That means the journal is high ranked and received many citations. And the lowest, of course, Q4. The indicators, the most important indicators and ranks in Scimago journal ranking is the journal impact score, which is the journal impact factor. There is a methodology or a calculation that calculates the citations for 3 years, and it is divided for the citable items, which means the citable documents. Of course, we will not go deep in this calculation, because this calculation is they put the experts of Scimago or Scopus, they put this calculation for their own use to calculate the journal if it is ranked Q1, 2, 3, or 4. Also, there is a total documents, which means the number of published papers in this journal. The total citations means the citations received from the reviewers to these documents, these published journals in this journal, in the particular journal for a particular time of period. As we said, the quartile rankings are divided from Q1 until Q4, where Q1 represents the top 25% journals in a field, not all fields in the same field, okay? So Q1 is the top 25% of journals in the same field. That means they are the most, they receive the most citations for these journals. Then comes Q2, which falls between 25 to 50% range of the journals in the same field, as we said. And then Q3 falls between 50 to 75%. Of course, the bottom 25% falls Q4 journals. We will check in the demo. Why the SGR matters? The SGR, or the Scimago journal ranking, helps the researchers choose the reputable journals and the most cited journals to publish their work in. So famous academics or famous researchers can read and see their outputs. It is also matters because it is used for academic evaluations and funding decisions, where the institutions, they want to evaluate their publications. They depend on SGR and, as I said, JCR. JCR for the next, inshallah, presentation, we will have also a demo on JCR. These two tools are very, very important and very useful when we comes to evaluate the journals and, of course, the documents published in these journals. Also, it provides insight into journal impact beyond the raw citations. You can see how the impact or the influence of this journal within the citations received for this journal. So it will give fully insight about this journal. Also, we can say that it is a valuable metric for evaluating a journal's influence between the other journals in the same field. But we can also say that it should be used alongside other indicators. If you remember our last presentation, it was about ORIX. ORIX also works with SGR tool to evaluate the journal. ORIX evaluate the journal if it is refereed or not, which is very important that the journal should be refereed, of course. Before I can publish or submit my paper, I can check, as we demonstrate the last presentation, how to check these journals if it is refereed or not with the ORIX. And here in SGR, of course, we come to evaluate if this journal is Q1 or 2 or 3 or 4 between the journals in their field. And we can say that it helps to guide publishing decisions. Of course, if I want to publish, of course, I will go to the high-ranked and refereed journals to publish, because I want my paper to be read by the important or researchers in the same field. My output will be distributed between the scholarly researchers and so on. So this is why we have to check the journal in Scimago journal ranking and other tools, evaluation and metric tools. We now go to check the website of Scimago. By the way, website Scimago is free and everybody can access this. Sorry. This is the interface of Scimago journal ranking and country rank. Of course, we can check also not only the journal rank, also the country rank. From this tab, you can choose the country rankings, and you can type or see the journals of the country and the rank of the country between globally according to the journals, scientific journals, or according to the published documents. For the time being, we want to check the journal rankings. And as I said, this tool is free, not like JCR. JCR, or Journal Citation Reports, is a subscription tool. So you have to be, or your institution, subscribed, so you can use this tool. But Scimago journal ranking is a free platform to check the journal. Here we can type any journal title or keyword, but let us type a reputable journal, like I know desalination. I will write the name of the journal. Okay, and then we click search. This is the desalination journal, and here we can see the name of the publisher. I want, by the way, he will give you many suggestions related to desalination, but I want the first one, which is the publisher is Elsevier, and can check the rankings of this journal. Of course, first of all, he will give me the subject area and the category that you can publish in this journal. If my paper is in chemical engineering, or in chemistry, or engineering as a whole, environmental science, water science and technology, material science. So here I can be sure that if I submit my paper to this journal, it will be accepted. The publisher name is here, Elsevier. Everybody know Elsevier. It is a reputable publisher. Here it will give the ISSN, of course, the type is journal. ISSN, it means the International Standard Serial Number. Every journal should have this ISSN because there is many journals are identical in their title. So the ISSN differentiate between the journals. Of course, we can see here that the coverage of this journal is from 1966 until now. Okay, and here we can get the cues of the years from 99 until, of course, 24. Here at 24. In chemical engineering in 1999, it was Q1. Here, if you put the cursor, you can see. By the way, the green color means Q1. The yellow, green 2. Okay? And in chemistry, we can, of course, we can take the last year, 2024. The ranking of 2025 will be launched next May. Every May, it will launch the new year. But either if we are in 25, it will launch 24. If we are in 26, it will launch the 25 rank. So we depend on the last ranking year, which is 2024. And we can see here in water science, it is Q1. In all the subject field, it is in Q1. If we want to have the latest ranking, we scroll down, and of course, we can see many metrics. I will explain, but let us go down first. And here is the latest, we can see 2024, the latest rank, which is a Q1 in chemical engineering. Okay. What is these metrics here? These metrics are some information to know the metrics of the journal during the past years. If we put the cursor, we can see the ranking and the impact factor, or the SGR. SGR is the not impact factor. The SGR is a method for from Scopus to the journal. The impact factor will be coming down also. The total documents, how many documents? In 1999, there was 175 documents, or let us say published papers in this journal. Here we can see 2024, it has 948 published papers in this journal. If we put here, I want to show you the impact factor here. This is the total documents, okay? And we can see as a chart. And also I want to show you here. Here, the citations per document, the blue line. The green is the citations per document also, but from other external sites. Here, of course, we will not go through the collaboration. It has a many collaboration internationally with many, we can see here, international collaboration here with many other other countries. And here the cited documents, but here it is the uncited. We can see the cited documents for every year also. This is a new metric for the female authors. Before, this metric was not here, was not calculated, but now they add this metric and this, by the way, the whole interface is changed. Before, they make many advancement, many changes. So this was added recently. This is the contribution of the female authors. We will not go for this because it is the charges here. It is authorized charges for the document and financial also value. Here it will tell us the total sites and including the self sites. They are separate. The total sites is in the green line. We can put for every year and we will know. And here alone, the self sites, here the citations by document, which will give us the impact factor. See, this is the impact factor. The value, this is the impact factor for 4 years. When we go down, there is for 3 years and 2 years. See, this is the impact factor which decide if this journal goes under Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4 rank. And this calculation is specialized in the Scopus lab. Nobody can interfere with this method. It is related to them and they calculate, but it depends on the citations. They calculate the citations and then they will come up with the value. If the journal this year in Q1, 2, 3, or 4. By the way, because it is depending, the Q depend on the citations, so it may differ 1 year and or another year. Yani maybe this year it is Q1, but next year maybe will be Q2 because it didn't have more citations to keep the Q1 rank. Here, of course, it is the citable documents, which is divided. The citations divided by the citable documents. This is the calculation method. Okay. And here are the documents related to SDG. What is the SDG? The SDG is the United Nation goals, which is the water security. We will talk about this, so I will not talk here too much about the SDGs because we will have a special presentation about the SDGs. And here, of course, the document cited by public policy, which is related to their, it is a new metric also, like the female authors. And just to give more information about the documents cited. And as we said here, the last picture here, it say and put the rank for this journal. So this is very important to see. I want to show you something also. If we want to know about journals and we want to choose, I don't know where to where to publish my paper. I want to choose a journal actually. Okay, and I want to choose it through Scimago because I want the journal acceptable and have rank. Okay, I go here and I choose the subject I want. Let us say business management and accounting. Okay, and then I will leave it as all subject categories, or if you want, you can choose your subject categories. Let us say accounting, okay, or regions or countries, the country that يعني the journal came from. So we will keep it all. All types? No, I will choose the journals. Okay. Then I will get a list of journals that is published in accounting, okay, with their rank, the latest rank. You can see 2024. And of course, this is related to publishing fees. But I can choose here the journal, and I can go to the journal I want and see. Of course, the publisher is Wiley, which is very good. And here, Journal of Financial Economics. Okay. If I want to know about this journal, I will go to the journal and I will get all the information, which this is very good journal, actually, because it is in Q1 from 1999 until now. Okay, and I will get all the information. But the thing I want to know is the Q of the journal, the latest Q, which is Q1. So this is a very good tool if I want to choose the journal that fit to my paper, if it was in accounting, business, arts, science, whatever. So this is a good tab to check the journals. The last tab I want to check with you is the country rankings. Here you can see all, of course, the countries and all the documents, okay, the citations, and the H index for the citation. I want to check, okay, all regions. Let me check Middle East. You can see here, Kuwait. Here are the documents and all the ranks. I want to check. It will give me some information about the documents published in Kuwait by subject areas. Here are the subject areas and how many documents. Like medicine here, we have how many documents per every year. And all the information about the international collaboration, the output, all these information about the H index, the citations that our papers got, and the document of our paper. Of course, the journal rankings is the most important for our for our information to get an idea about the journal that we need to publish our paper in. Okay, and here is the most information that I want you to know about our tool today. And now I can shift to any question from you. And I hope my presentation was informative for everyone. And I am willing to accept any question, please. If you have any question, please.
يعطيك العافية أستاذة سهام. Thank you so much for your presentation. There is a question from Ramadan. First, I would like to thank you for this excellent seminar, and I would like to ask, does the Q1, Q2, 3, and 4 classification change from year to year?
Yes, yes, but not too much, not too much, because mostly the journal, if have like the one I explained, desalination, mostly you can see the whole years it was a Q1. If there is a drop, it will be a very big drop in the citations. Here, it will drop from Q1 to Q2. But usually, if it is a Q1, mostly at least 2 to 3 years, it will be in Q1. But sometimes, yes, it drop from Q1 to Q2, from Q2 to 3. Sometimes the journal ceased, finish. It will not publish anymore. So here it will stop having any citations or having any Q. I hope this answer will satisfy your question.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. There anyone have any other question? في أحد عنده أي سؤال بالعربي أو بالإنجليزي؟ That's fine.
Welcome, my dear Ramadan.
Anyone? أنا عندي أستاذة سؤال. الحين سيسماجو إحنا أصلاً يعني مثل ما أنت تفضلتي في بداية محاضرتك، إحنا أساساً نمشي فيه بالجامعة، ولكن للأسف هو مو up to date. يعني هو مثلاً الجورنال اللي أنا نشرت فيه يكون Q2 وصار Q1، تمام؟
نعم.
يعني يبي له 6 شهور 7 شهور، يطول، يعني يطول وايد عشان يصير ريفرش ويتضبط على سكوبس. يعني سكوبس تغير، عرفتي؟ سكوبس تغير، بس سكوبس يعني مشكلته انه ما يقول لي هو الرانك مال سيسماجو كم Q1 2 3 ما يبين. فالموقع سيسماجو يبين لي، ولكن لما يبين لي ما يبين لي الرانك الصحيح او الاكيوت بالضبط في نفس الوقت. يعني ممكن هو غالبا يكون صحيح، ولكن مرات يصير تعديل، خاصة في الأوقات ما أدري شهر 12 شهر 1 يصير في تعديل، تمام، يصير في أبديت.
دكتور أنا أقول لك شغلة، سايماغو دائما مثل ما قلت لك يعتمد الرانك والكيو على شنو؟ على citations. فهم they take the citations but for the 1 year. يعني هو دائما يصدر للنيو رانكينج اندكس في شهر 5 مثل ما قلت. دائما شهر 5 يصدر الجديد، الرانك الجديد، وينزل بالموقع على طول، بس مو من شهر لشهر. نو لا، لأنه يعتمد على السايتيشنز، والسايتيشنز خلال 1 طبعا يحسبونها خلال السنتين أو ال3 سنين اللي طافت، فهو يتغير بس كل سنة شهر 5. فإذا هي كانت Q1 ما تتغير إلا إذا صار شهر 5 السنة اللي بعدها. إذا تمت تاخذ سايتيشنز بالقدر اللي هو يخليها بنفس البوزيشن راح تاخذ Q1 وتتم على Q1. إذا لا قلوا السايتيشنز لا راح تتراجع إلى Q2. بس مثل ما قلت لك دائما بعد شهر، يعني شهر 5 يبتدي التغيير في الرانك، مو يعني شهر ولا شهرين، لا دائما كل شهر 5 يتغير. أما من شهر 5 لشهر 5 الجاي يتم ثابت لغاية ما يجي شهر 5 ويتغير على حسب كمية السايتيشنز اللي البيبر خذتها.
ثانك يو سو ماتش، ثانك يو.
ويلكم.
في
وإذا
احد
أي
عنده اي
شيء
سؤال؟
دكتور تبي you want to check any journal, just give me the title of the journal by email وعلى طول راح أعطيك الرانكينج، والرانكينج اللي أعطيك إياه راح أبلغك بالإيميل إن شهر 5 دائما يصير تحديث وأبديت عليه، وهني بعدها يمكن يتغير. يعني عندك the whole year you can publish with the rank I gave you according to the website of Scimago.
ممتاز، يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك أستاذي.
في أحد عنده أي سؤال؟ anyone have any question؟
يعطيكم العافية. ثانك يو
يعطيك العافية
بدر
أستاذة
وأند
سماغ.
الثماني. يا هلا فيك
ثانك يو
دكتور.
سو ماتش، صراحة ما قصرتي على المعلومات القيمة، ودائما تتحفينا أمانة في مواضيعك المختلفة عن المواضيع اللي دائما نسمعها، ومتشوقين إن شاء الله لمحاضرتك إن شاء الله الشهر القادم. شكرا لجهودك وشكرا لقبولك الدعوة، وأيضا نشكر جمعية المحاسبين المراجعين الكويتية أيضا ومركز الأبحاث على يعني سبورت الويبينار هذا. شكرا.
الله يعطيك ألف عافية.
أي
الله
كلمة
يخليك.
أخيرة قبل لا ننهي؟
يعطيكم ألف عافية، وشاكرة جدا على حضوركم وعلى كلامكم الطيب بالشات. I can see everyone. يعطيكم ألف عافية. Thank you so much for attending and listening. I hope to see you next lecture إن شاء الله. Thank you دكتور أحمد، ويعطيك ألف عافية، ما تقصر.
الله يعافيك، شكرا لك. شكرا،
يا
مع
هلا،
السلامة.
يا هلا فيك، مع السلامة.